Okay, so today I'm at what was once a decent sized mine. However, most of it has been destroyed by a much more recent open pit operation. As you can see, like down there you can see some ore cart rails sticking out of the ground where I'm guessing there was another adit at one time. But luckily I have found some entrances. There's an adit right behind me with some tracks. So hopefully this goes somewhere pretty interesting. Alright, let's go check out this mine. You can see the ore cart rails, and right beyond it is a door that looks open, thankfully. And right here to the left there's a split. That drift looks pretty sketchy. I'll go check that out on the way out. But let's keep going down the main tunnel. Had a padlock at one time. Looks like we're coming up to a small collapse. Okay, so we're sort of at an intersection. The rails bend off to the left. Straight ahead looks like a collapse, and off here to the right looks like another collapse, but this looks passable. You can see this is the void where all of this material came down, so let's go through here quickly. The rails go this way, so that's a good sign. This was probably a survey marking where they were taking more samples. Okay, so off to the right, looks like it's caved in pretty well. Maybe this was a raise. Okay, it's just like a chamber right here. It doesn't go anywhere. I can see the end right over there. And this drift, I wonder what those survey markings mean. This drift looks like it just dead ends. It's really short in this section. Yeah, that looks like a dead end to me. Alright, so let's go back to the main tunnel and see where those other drifts go. Alright, so I'm back at the junction. That's looking towards the portal and the doorway. And we still have these two drifts to check out. So the rail's been off to the left. And straight ahead it looks like it's a collapse, but you always want to make sure that it's not passable. Yeah, I don't think you could get through that. There's another section of the open pit mine on the other side of this hill, so it's possible that that caused the cave-in. That doesn't look too old. And there's a dynamite box right here. There's no writing, so it's not that interesting. Alright, so maybe this drift will go somewhere pretty cool. Looks like we're coming up to another big collapse. This almost looks like it could have been a ore chute at one time. There's definitely some sort of raise going up. Yeah, I'm guessing that the open pit operation caused all these collapses. Okay, so this is about 4 platforms down the shaft, and right behind me is a level that they started However, they didn't really get very far, only about 10 feet. But what's cool is right here there's a the tip of a drill bit. Look at that. That's awesome. They would replace these when they got dull, I guess. And you can see right there in the center is a hole. That's where water would come out to keep the dust down while they were drilling, because silicosis was a big problem for mine drillers in the early days. And yeah, it's still kind of a cool shaft station right here. There's some ventilation pipe right behind this ladder. And I guess I'm only about, well, I said 4 platforms down, but that's really about 40 feet down. Here's a shot looking up. The ladders near the top weren't so great, so that's why I used the rope. And you're probably wondering, well, how much further the shaft goes down, and it goes down about 2 more platforms, but it looks like it ends right there. You can see there's a bunch of debris on the elevator side of the shaft. This was a 2-compartment shaft. An elevator would pretty much run along these rails. So yeah, I'm going to try to go down there, see if they dug any drifts on that bottom level. Okay, so I made it to the bottom of the shaft. You can see all the debris piled up at the bottom, and I am really surprised this actually opens up into a drift with rails and ventilation tubing. And I actually explored this drift right before filming, just a little ways, and I found something pretty unsettling. Actually, I found 2 unsettling things, because right here there's actually a dead crow at the bottom of the shaft. That's pretty disgusting. But yeah, I found something even more unsettling over here. You'll see. So you can see the rails and ventilation tubing bend off to the right. Okay, so I got to here and I'm like, what are these pieces of paper doing on the ground? And so I was thinking about it, and I figured that it was for bat surveys, because sometimes like the BLM or whoever does it will set like sheets down in the tunnel, and then they'll see how much bat poop lands on it, so they can see if there's bats living in there. But then I saw that the paper only goes down 1 drift. That's kind of strange, huh? So I follow it over here, and get this. Okay, let me turn the lights down. I don't know if you can even see it, but it says "leave" scratched in there with a knife, and it's held in there by a broken bottle. It's actually kind of freaking me out. Oh man, this is gonna be one of those found footage things. And no, I did not do this. On one of my videos, I found like some fake skeletons in a mine, and people were like, oh, you did that. But no, I didn't do that, and I didn't do this either. That is really strange, but I really want to see what's down this drift. Alright, let's do it. This really is going to be one of those found footage films, huh? Okay, so it looks like the rails end. Oh man, what's going to be around the corner? Nothing. That's it. I guess there's no monsters in here. I was expecting to find something, like another freaky thing, like a fake skeleton or a mask or something weird. But no. This is a pretty cool drift with all the ventilation tubing and stuff, and never looked at this oil can. Yeah, you can't see anything on there. But yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good prank. Props to whoever did that. Alright, so I'm back at the creepy note. I can't believe I didn't notice this before, but there's a skull on top of it. Must be to a rat or something. And I'm guessing the body of whatever the animal that is right here. Those are pretty long legs. Maybe it was a rabbit. And that looks like a dead mouse. Geez, there's so many animal carcasses in here. And again, that's looking out. Alright, so here's another thing that I missed that I discovered while taking pictures. In this ventilation tube, it has a bunch of tubes sticking out of it, and in order to plug them up, they just stuck canvas in there. Thought that was pretty neat. All throughout there. They sealed the joints up with canvas as well. Wonder if those were like old jeans or something. Alright, so I'm working my way out of the mine that's looking towards the shaft. And I found another dead thing in here. This one looks like a rat. So yeah, this mine is just full of death and random creepy stuff. That's the paper trail. Alright, time to get out of here.